Okay, when Tom's gone from church, he usually says, Kurt, you pick out the hymns, pick out the scripture, write down, and he'll do the bulletin, and I'll just see what he's got when he gets here. So, as my wife knows, I'm not musical at all, but I will pick some of these out, and then I'll check them with her to see if we've ever sung them before, or she says, they can't sing that. But when I was going through this the list, I was thinking about hymns today. I thought there's certain hymns that it would be beneficial to certain people or more meaningful to certain people. Like I thought about if we had a dentist in the congregation, we could maybe sing "Crown Him with Many Crowns." And then I don't think there's a weatherman here, but there shall be showers of blessing. You know? And then there's the contractor's hymn, "The church is one foundation." We hope in these days, you know, sometimes foundations become two. And then there's the seamstress hymn, "Holy, Holy, Holy." And this one is for Johnny, because I know we have a golfer here. And Ted sometimes, "There is a green hill far away." And we're all aware of the politician's hymn, "Standing on the Promises." And the optometrist's hymn, "Open my eyes that I might see." And then in my first church, I had an IRS agent, and often we'd sing "I Surrender All." And then there's the gossips. Nobody's a gossip here, but there's the gossips hymn.
Not in this church.
Yeah, "Pass It On." And then there's the electrician's hymn, "Send the Light." The shopper's hymn, and I think we all can fall into this, "Sweet By and By." And there's just a couple more. The realtor's hymn, "I've got a mansion just over the hill." And the massage therapist's hymn, "He Touched Me."
Places that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, I know. And for those who speed on the highway, if you're going 55, it's "God will take care of you." At 75, "Nearer my God to thee." 85, "This world is not my home." 95, "Lord, I'm coming home." And at 100 miles an hour, "Precious Memories." Cute, yeah?
I've done all of those.
Yeah. Last week, Tom talked about words, and a word of kindness goes a long way. I think there's a proverb that says, "Apples of gold in a setting of silver is really pleasing." It's something like that. I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to Andrew and I the other day, and it was interesting. You know, in the fall when they talk about the flu shots, why in the world did they have to show somebody giving somebody a shot every time they talk about that on TV? I mean, I have to turn away. I was sick for about 2 months when I was in 5th grade, and I had needles and all kinds of stuff, so I don't like shots. In fact, I had my last physical in October, and the doctor said, "You're due for a tetanus shot." I'm still putting it off. But anyway, I had to have a blood test, and so over across from the YMCA there that we go to, and so I went in, and this gal is really good, and I always look away and try not to faint, but you don't even feel it. She's so good. But they put this big blue thing around your arm for a little bit to keep the blood from coming out. And so we were just leaving the parking lot, Andrew and I, and had this blue thing, and I'm still shook up, you know. And so I'm making a right turn out, and all of a sudden this truck honks at me. Beep, 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 beep. And I see that there's this landscaping truck making a U-turn. At the same time, I'm turning out. I mean, it wasn't that close, but I think he thought it was. And then he waved, not using all his fingers.
Did you use that one in the middle?
Yeah, and then he, so we were going up the road together, actually, and we came up to a stoplight. And he was there, and I was here. So I rolled down the window on Andrew's side, because that's where he was. And he rolled down his window, and he looked over, and he started in about my bad driving, and turned in front of him, and causing whatever like this, and you shouldn't have done that, and everything like this. And I looked over him, and I said, I didn't take the gun out of the out of the apartment. I don't have one anyway, but I looked over him, and I said, sorry. He didn't know what to do. I mean, honestly, there was a moment of silence, and then he looked at me and he said, thanks. And we both went on. I mean, think about it in a sense. Your emotions get going, somebody honks behind you, get going, people start getting crazy and stuff like that. But just a kind word once in a while, just something like this can help defeat problems. We're going to talk about something interesting this morning, and I'm not going to try and upset you by it, but you might, it's going to be a new wrinkle maybe into your theology. I saw a bumper sticker on a car the other day. It said, my boss is a carpenter. Who do you think they were talking about? Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to tell you today that that bumper sticker is inaccurate. Okay? So let's stand up and sing the next hymn as you think about this.